Good evening and welcome back to Colburn Park. Thanks for sticking with us. After about an hour and a half long rain delay, we're all set to start game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 1 started all the way back on Sunday and was suspended due to rain, with the Pilots leading 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th. They went on to win that by a final score of 18-9 and picked up their 4th win of the season in game 1. Game 2 will be 7 innings long and will be started by Chris Vitale for the Pilots. The 6'7" southpaw from Cheektowaga, New York, and Erie Community College is making his first start and league-leading 9th appearance. In 7 2/3 previous innings pitched, he's allowed just 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and no strikeout bigger than the one in the top of the 10th inning with the bases loaded in the extra inning win on Monday. Pitching coach Bennett Schultz has continuously preached that Vitale is his best arm out of the pen, and now we'll see how he does as a starter. The defense behind Chris Vitale looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, Weichi Chen, Mark McKenna, Colton Carney. Left to right in the infield, Tanner Huddleston, Jorge Leon, Zach Santoro, and Peter Battaglia. And catching Chris Vitale is Will Alaka from the University of Virginia. 72 degrees with very dark clouds hovering overhead here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. We're going to try to get this one in. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Now, as the great late Ernie Banks once said, let's play 2. Leading off for Onondaga, their center fielder from Gonzaga, Anthony Scalzo. Vitale ready to toe the rubber as we are set to start game 2 of this doubleheader. Home plate umpire Tim Adams gives Vitale the ready for play. First pitch misses outside at 9:15 Eastern Time in West New York. So it's a 1-0 count to Scalzo, batting .275 with a .388 on base percentage. Breaking ball inside, that misses. Ball 2. So Chris Vitale making his first start. As of right now, it appears he will be replacing Kyle Griffin in the rotation. So a lefty-lefty switch. And now a low strike 1 called by Tim Adams, the first strike of the night by Vitale, and the count was 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Pilots looking to sweep this doubleheader. The 2-1 is fouled back out of play. Count is even at 2s. Number 26, Chris Vitale, pitching to number 26, Anthony Scalzo. Scalzo did not start game 1. He's 0 for 3 against the Pilots this year. The 2-2 from Vitale, outside, and the count is full. Vitale from the windup, the payoff pitch. Taking strike 3. Rung up on strikes is Anthony Scalzo, and Chris Vitale has his first strikeout of the night.
Coming up, number 21, Alex Canty.
Just a few similarities in the lineup from game 1 and game 2. Tanner Huddleston at third, Peter Battaglia at first, and Will Alaka, the only Pilots to appear in both games. Now it's Vitale to the shortstop, Alex Canty. Takes first pitch, 4 strike 1. Canty, the shortstop, went 1 for 4 with a run scored, an RBI, and a hit by pitch in game 1. Game 1 that was in total 3.5 hours, that featured 2 different days. Big breaking ball from the left arm of Vitale misses. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The leadoff man, Scalzo, down looking on strikes. Now from the windup, fouled, Huddleston over, but at a play. And the count is 1-2. Onondaga, third in the Western Division. They're 9-6, 3 games behind Jamestown. The Pilots, last in the Western Division. They're 8.5 games behind the leader, Jamestown. Vitale steps off ahead of the 1-2. Pilots are 3-4 at home. The Flames 3-4 on the road. The 1-2 popped back out of play. Onondaga gives it a look, but that's all. Count sits at 1-2. Canty comes in, 14 hits, batting .255 with .317 on base percentage in 13 games. Freshman at Monroe Community College. Awaits the 1-2 from the windup from Vitale. Big breaking ball taken, strike 3. So back-to-back punch-outs looking to start this game for Chris Vitale.
Now, 2 outs.
And there's 2 away.
Number 4, Camilo Spinosa.
So with 2 outs, that will bring up the catcher for the Onondaga Flames in this game too, Camilo Spinosa, a sophomore from Lemoyne College. He's batting .250 with a .441 on base percentage. The first look at him for the Pilots, and the first pitch from Vitale fired in for strike 1. Spinosa wearing number 4 in the right-handed batter's box. 3 straight righties against Vitale, and 2 straight strikes taken by Spinosa. This lineup will feature 2 lefties, the twins Webb Little and Sam Little. We saw them in both games of the doubleheader on Wednesday. The 0-2 popped up. Santoro back, Leone over. Santoro calls him off at second, inning over. So Vitale gets the Flames to go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. It'll be Leone, Huddleston, and Onondaga in the bottom half. Flames nothing, Pilots coming to bat. The Pilots will take their swings tonight off the redshirt freshman from Southeast Missouri, Trace Haggerty. Haggerty making his 4th start. He's 2-1 with a 2.65 ERA. 17 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks, and 17 strikeouts. The lineup he will face for the Pilots. Batting first, playing short, Jorge Leone. Batting second, playing third, Tanner Huddleston. Behind the plate, batting third, Will Onondaga. Batting fourth, designated hitter, Po Chuan Pan. Batting fifth, playing first, Peter Battaglia. Batting sixth, playing right, Colton Carney. Batting seventh, playing left, Wei Chi Chen. Batting eighth, playing second, Zach Santoro. And batting ninth and playing center field, Mark McKenna. So Jorge Leone steps in from the left-handed batter's box. Chris Vitale got the Flames to go 1-2-3 in the top of the first with 2 strikeouts, both looking. Leone digs in. Haggerty from the windup. The first pitch misses outside. And the Pilot shortstop takes ball 1. Leone making his, I believe, 11th start. Has started at second, third, and short. Correct, that's Leone's 10th start. Or it is his 11th start. He's played 10 previous games. And he takes ball 2. The 2-0. Low. Quickly a 3-0 count to Jorge Leone. Leone has walked 6 times and has been hit by a pitch. Leads the Pilots in on base percentage at .444. See what he's doing on 3-0. Haggerty from the windup. The pitch. Fires in strike one. Leone took. And the count is 3-1. Haggerty standing at 6'4", 215. The 3-1. Leone pops it up. Center fielder over, left fielder over. Kyle Gallagher settles under it in left for the first out of the game.
Now coming up,
One batter faced, one batter down for
number
Chase
29,
Haggerty.
Tanner Huddleston.
And that will bring up Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston, the third baseman for the Pilots tonight. Their 6'3" third baseman. He went 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs in game 1. The first pitch popped back out of play. Strike 1. Huddleston batting .227 and the .308 on-base percentage. This is our first look at Chase Haggerty for the Flames. Delivers the 1-strike pitch from the windup. Almost hits Huddleston. He just leans out of the way. And it's ball 1. So Jorge Leone retired to begin this game, or begin this bottom of the first, with a fly out to left. Now the 1-1 to Huddleston. It's bounced in the dirt. And it's ball 2. Huddleston has homered once for the Pilots. Hit their first home run deep to center field. Since then, John Ballier and Over Torres have both homered. Torres' home run came in this first game tonight, and Ballier's came in this first game back on Sunday. The 2-1 was swung on and missed by Huddleston, and now the count is all even at 2. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3, 2 away. And now that will bring up the catcher for the Pilots, Will Alaka. Alaka making his 11th start. Played first last night in Jamestown. Caught game 1 of this doubleheader until being pinch hit by Nick Capitano in the 7th inning. And now is catching game 2. First pitch from Chase Haggerty was fired in for strike 1. Alaka went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base in that one. Haggerty from the windup, the 1-strike pitch. Almost hits him. Ball 1. Alaka 205, batting average 279 on base percentage. Has 8 hits in 39 at-bats. Has also walked 3 times, been hit by a pitch. Driven in 6 and scored 5. Haggerty tying his shoe on the mound. Ahead of the 1-1 to Alaka. Applause from the Pilots faithful here after sticking out the hour-and-a-half-long rain delay as they clapped once Haggerty finished tying his shoes. And then a 1-1 breaking ball too far inside to Alaka, and it's ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the Pilots catcher. The 2-1. Lined into center field. It's going to be a 2-out base hit for Will Alaka. He stays hot, extends the inning, and that'll bring up Po Chuan Pan, the designated hitter for the Pilots.
City, Taiwan, number 9, our designated hitter.
Po, all the way from Taiwan City, Taiwan, plays for Fujian Catholic, a Catholic university in New Taipei City. He's the designated hitter in this game, too. He's batting .294 with 5 hits in 17 at-bats, and he takes high from Haggerty for ball 1. So Alaka does a good job of extending the inning with 2 outs after a pop-up and a strikeout to get the first 2 batters. Haggerty now from the stretch for the first time tonight, the 1-0. Poe takes, thought it was inside, but Tim Adams says no, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Alaka leads off first, being held on by Trey Bauer. Peter Battaglia waits on deck, the 1-1 to Poe. He takes low. Ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. One hit for the Pilots here in the bottom of the first. Haggerty looks over. Now fires the 2-1 from the stretch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And the count is all evened up. Slight breeze blowing towards the right field line. Haggerty from the stretch, the 2-2. Runner goes. Alaka into second safely. The throw goes into center field. No one was covering for the Flames. It'll be a stolen base for Alaka. And the Pilots have a man in scoring position with 2 outs. So Poe with a chance to drive in the game's first run with a base hit. He's driven in 4 runs so far. His biggest RBI was a game-tying RBI in the bottom of the 10th back against Jamestown in that 11-inning 14-10 loss. That was back last Tuesday night, almost a week and a half ago now. Haggerty from the stretch, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. So a 2-out single wasted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We played 1. There's no score here at Colburn Park.
On visiting Onondaga.
So Chris Vitale finishes his warm-up pitches and now gets ready for this top of the second inning. It'll be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the heart of the Flames order against Vitale, who retired Onondaga 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up to the second baseman. Vitale is 1-0 on the year in his previous 8 games. All of those appearances out of the bullpen. This is his first start. And he gets Gage Laning to reach out of the zone for strike 1. Laning, one of the most feared hitters in the league, leads the league in average with 457 and 3rd in hits with 21. Also 7th in runs with 13 and 1st in triples with 6. His on-base percentage and slugging percentage also in the top 3 as he swings through the 1-strike pitch from Vitale. And the count was 0-2. To the leadoff hitter in this inning, the designated hitter, Gage Laning, a junior from Canisius. The 2-strike pitch. Laning leaned into it, but will get the call. No argument from the Pilots. Vitale smiles, gets the ball back from Tim Adams, and the leadoff man is on here in the inning.
Trey Bauer.
So that'll bring up number 24, the first baseman, Trey Bauer. Bauer went 3 for 4 before being pinch hit for in the top of the 8th inning. The first pitch from Vitale. It's a breaking ball. And that hits Bauer. So back-to-back batters hit by a pitch off Vitale. to begin this top of the second. Vitale making his first start on the year. Alaka will go out and talk to him with runners on first and second and nobody out. And now the first of two consecutive lefties and the first of two consecutive littles. It's Webb Little. Both are sophomores, both play at Ithaca, and both are starting here for the Flames. Webb Little 1 for 5 against the Pilots in 2 games. Started both games of the doubleheader. Line drive, past the glove of Santoro into right. Colton Carney charges. The bases are loaded. And it's going to be an error on the second baseman, Santoro. So 2 hit by pitches and an E4 has loaded up the bases. So now with the bases loaded and nobody out, it's the other brother, Sam Little. So Sam Little, the lefty, against the Vitale, the lefty, pitch in the dirt. And now Will Alaka's defense is ever so important. So we had a 2-0 or an 0-2 count to Gage Laning, then 3 consecutive pitches, a hit by pitch, and an error. The 1-0, outside corner, strike 1. Sam Little took over at second when game 1 resumed. He went 1 for 2 with a run scored in that one as he takes inside. Ball 2. Sam Little with the bases loaded. He's driven in just 1 previous run for Onondaga. Now the 2-1 outside corner. Strike 2. That 1 previous run came in the doubleheader against the Flames at their place on Wednesday. Onondaga won both games of those. The 2-2 to Little. Misses high, and the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Base is full of Flames, and nowhere to put Sam Little, the sophomore from Ithaca. Battaglia in at first. The 3-2 is fouled back out of play, and the count remains. Sam Little batting .222 with a .340 on base percentage. He's 10 for 45, making his 13th appearance. He played second base in game 1 and is playing right field in game 2. The payoff pitch taken low and outside, ball 4, and without a hit in the inning, the Flames have their first run in this game 2.
The Onondaga Flames. Number 27.
So it's an RBI bases loaded walk for Sam Little. And now the batter is Kyle Gallagher, the right-handed hitting left fielder from Cornell. Went 0 for 5 in game 1. First pitch swinging, swung on and missed. Vitale fires a fastball past the swinging bat of Gallagher. Vitale from the windup with the bases loaded. 1 strike pitch popped back. And the count is 0-2. Still nobody out here in the inning. Vitale's hit 2 batters, allowed a runner to reach on an error by the second baseman, Zach Santoro, and then a bases loaded walk. Now the 2 strike pitch misses high. Alaka has to jump out of his stance to save that one. And the count is 1-2. Gallagher waits as the rain has restarted here at Colburn Park. The 1-2 misses inside. And the count is 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded. Vitale from the windup delivers the 2-2. Breaking ball, lined. It's going to be a tough play for Santoro. Not going to make it. It'll be an infield single for Kyle Gallagher, and another run will score. So the first hit of the game for Onondaga. The bases are still loaded.
Stephen Bennett.
And they still lead now 2-0. So that'll bring up the third baseman, Stephen Bennett. Rain coming down harder with the breeze blowing towards right. First pitch to Bennett, fouled into the glove of Alaka, strike one. The one-strike pitch from Vitale almost hits Bennett. And it's ball one. Bennett from deep in the right-handed batter's box, the 1-1. Slow breaking ball. Alaka doesn't like the ball, so he tosses it away. And the count is 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases full of flames. The 2-1 misses high. And it's ball 3. So the 3-1 count, nowhere to put Stephen Bennett. With the bases full of flames. With the rain coming down, it had stopped for about a half hour after the hour-and-a-half rain delay. And now a bases-loaded walk to Stephen Bennett, and it's 3-0. Still nobody out in this top of the second inning. And now pitching coach Bennett Schultz will join Will Alaka for the mound visit. The bases are still full of flames. There's still no one out. 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, an error, and an infield single have loaded them up against the Pilot southpaw. Now Tim Adams will go over and talk to the first base coach for Onondaga with the bases loaded. And now Tim Adams is going to go out and break up the party on the mound.
Coming up to the plate for the Onondaga Flames, number 26, Anthony Scalzo.
And that'll flip the lineup back over. The batter will be Anthony Scalzo, who struck out looking to begin this game too. And now they're asking for quick dry on the field. Still smiling on the mound is Chris Vitale. The bases are still loaded. Here's the first pitch to Anthony Scalzo. That misses outside, and it's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases full of flames. No outs here in the inning. 3 runs already home for Onondaga. The 1-0 pitch popped up. Alaka gives it a look. Battaglia over. Both run out of room as it's out of play. Strike 1. Vitale working from the windup here with the bases loaded, the 1-1. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Alaka, and it's strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. A big batter here with the bases loaded, the 1-2. Out of the zone. Ball 2. Vitale from the windup, the 2-2. Ring him up. Anthony Scalzo down looking for the second time in this game. And there's 1 away.
Now coming to the plate.
And now a ground out could end this inning. As the third base coach for Onondaga will go out and talk to Tim Adams behind the plate. the home plate umpire in this game too. He was in the field for game 1. All set to resume play. Tim Adams gives Vitale the ready for play. Alex Canty digs in. Base is still loaded, 1 out. He struck out looking, back in the first as well. The first pitch from the windup. Upstairs, ball 1. So 3 runs in this inning. 1 hit, 2 hit batters, an error, and 2 walks. The 1-0. Upstairs again. Ball 2.
Got it?
Bases full of Flames. 2-0 count to Canty. Nowhere to put him. Misses high. Ball 3. The count is 3-0 to the Flame shortstop, Alex Canty. The righty waits. The lefty Vitale, the 3-0. Misses high, ball 4. And another run has scored for the Flames. It's their 4th. The 3rd walk by Chris Vitale in this inning.
Now coming up to the plate, number 4, Camilo.
And it's
Espinosa.
4-0. That most recent walk by Vitale was his 3rd. He had 3 in 8 2/3 previous innings. And now they're going to bring some quick dry out onto the field. So we'll delay this one again. The bases are still loaded. In the top of the 2nd inning, the Flames have had 4 runs so far. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to resume this one after a quick delay to put quick dry on the mound and by first base. The bases are still loaded. First pitch grounded back to Vitale. He fires home. Alaka stays on the bag. A great play all around for the second out of the inning. So the base is still loaded. A fielder's choice, 1-2, to get the second out of this inning. Vitale made a great throw from his knees after blocking that ball from getting up the middle. And Will Alaka made a great play. Made a great play to keep his foot on the bag. And now a new pinch hitter for Gage Lanning. It'll be Laz Morales, number 34. He pinch hit in game 1 for Trey Bauer and was hit by a pitch. So Gage Lanning's day is done after being hit by a Vitale pitch to begin this inning. And Laz Morales, number 34, is the 10th batter of this top of the second inning. This is a 7-inning game. We're in game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 2 is delayed by an hour and a half to start due to rain. 1-1 pitch taken inside, and the count was 1-2. So Chris Vitale an out away from getting out of this one. Onondaga has scored 4 runs on just 1 hit. The 1-2 gets to the dirt, but bounces back to Alaka, so the Pilots catch a break. And the runner on third, Alex Canty, could not advance. Vitale still working from the lineup. Windup, the 1-2 misses high, and the count is full. Morales just 1 for 5 on the year. Has a full count. The bases are full of Flames. So with the bases loaded in a 3-2 count and 2 outs, the merry-go-round will get started. There it goes. The 3-2 misses high. Ball 4. So another run walked home by Vitale, and it's 5-0.
Now coming up, number 24, Trey Bauer.
So that will bring up Trey Bauer as Stephen Bennett comes around, and they're going to pull Vitale. So it'll be a new pitcher. It'll be Jake Bernardo with the bases loaded when we get back. So Chris Vitale goes an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 4 walks, 3 Ks, hit 2 batters, and wasn't helped out by an error by his second baseman. He saw 10 batters in this inning, and now the 11th batter Trey Bauer will step to the plate for the second time in the second inning. The score is 5-0 on just one hit in the inning. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. Bernardo to Bauer, the first pitch, lined, past the diving glove of Jorge Leon into left. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. The throw from Chen is cut off. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single by Trey Bauer. And it's 7-0 here in the top of the second inning. So Canty comes around to score. Spinoso comes around to score. Laz Morales moves up to second after the RBI single. And that will bring up Webb Little, reached on the Santoro error, to load up the bases in this inning. Bernardo from the stretch. First pitch fouled out of play. Strike 1. Those 2 runs are charged to Vitale, so that's 7 runs, 6 earned. The runner on second is still his responsibility. Bernardo from the stretch. Runners on first and second. The 1-strike pitch. Grounded to Leon. Fields it, flips it to Santoro. Inning over. But not before the Flames get 7. 7 runs on just 2 hits, 4 walks, 2 hit batters, and an error. They leave 2 batters on. We head to the bottom of the second. Pilots down 7-0. One-0 pitch smoked down the third base line, but foul. Off the bat of Sam Little, who walked in a run and then scored a run. Back in the second. Pilots walked 4 batters in that inning and hit 2. Weren't helped out by an error. And now the 1-1 pitch misses. It's ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Sam Little from the left-handed batter's box with his open stance. Fouls back to 2-1. Strike 2. Just after 10 o'clock here on the East Coast in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The 2-2. Lined into left center. McKenna over, Chen over, makes the play for the first out of this inning. So 1 away, and the batter is Kyle Gallagher.
Now coming up, number 27.
Gallagher, number 27, the left fielder, drove in a run with an infield single. His first time up, back in the 7-run second inning. He's playing left for the Flames. He's a junior at Cornell. Bernardo from the stretch, the first pitch inside. Ball 1. Bernardo, the 6'4" reliever from Glenmont, New York, and Fordham University in the Bronx, the 1-0. Strike 1. Tim Adams likes to call those inside strikes so far tonight as he continues with him. Now the 1-1 from Bernardo. Grounded to Leon. He charges, gloves it, fires to Battaglia for the second out of the inning. So a ground out. Leon makes the play, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Stephen Bennett, the third baseman. Walked in a run and then scored a run. His first time up. 7 runs, 2 hits for the Flames. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Pilots. Top of the third. First pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Stephen Bennett, 13 for 40, batting .325. The freshman at Canisius. 1-0 misses 2-0. Canisius, same school as our Mark McKenna and Nick Capitano. McKenna in center for this game 2. Capitano pinch hit and caught the last 2 innings of game 1. Stephen Bennett waits. The 2-0 misses. And it's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. To the Flames' third baseman. Bernardo from the stretch, the 3-0. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. So Bennett swinging on a 3-0 count, up 7-0. And the count is 3-1. Pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. The Flames have a 2-out base runner after the walk. The 5th walk surrendered by Pilots pitching tonight. Pilots host Elmira here at Colburn Park tomorrow. Go
26
and play Onondaga at Onondaga Community College in Syracuse on Sunday, and then are off Monday. Bernardo looks over. From the stretch, fires in the first pitch. Inside to Anthony Scalzo. Ball 1. Scalzo is 0 for 2, struck out looking both times against Chris Vitale. One 0 pitch in the zone, taken by Scalzo. Strike 1. Scalzo, a freshman from Gonzaga in Mercer Island, Washington. Bernardo looks over. Now the 1-1 from the stretch misses high. Ball 2. So the count is 2-1. The inning is the top of the third. There's 2 outs, and there's a runner on first after a 2-out walk. Bernardo looks over. Now fires the 2-1. Popped up. Alaka gives it a look. It's out of play, and the count is even at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Scalzo waits. Bernardo from the stretch. Looks over at Bennett at first, being held on by Battaglia, the 2-2. Popped up. Santoro back, Leone back. Leone calls him off, makes the play, inning over. So a 2-out walk is wasted with a bloop out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 against Chase Haggerty in the bottom half of this inning. Pilots trail 7-0.
Coming up to the plate.
Bottom of the third inning, it'll be Zach Santoro, the second baseman, Mark McKenna, the center fielder, and then the leadoff man, Jorge Leon, in this one. Santoro making just his second start. He's 0 for 2. And has walked once. He's from Notre Dame College, a Division III school in Euclid, Ohio. The first pitch, strike 1. Santoro takes on the inside fastball, and he's behind in the count, 1 strike. Haggerty from the windup, the 1 strike pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Santoro, the second baseman, made an error back in that 7-run top of the second inning. The 2 strike pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Haggerty from the windup. The pitch. Almost hit Santoro. Goes to the screen, and it's 2-2. Santoro digs in. The second baseman for the Pilots wearing number 8. Righty-righty matchup. The 2-2 from Haggerty. Taken low, and the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Zach Santoro. The payoff pitch. Offered at it. And now the base umpire, Rick Elrod, is going to say he did not go. Camelo Spinoso not happy with the call.
New York.
But Pilots faithful are. And they have their leadoff man on here in the bottom of the third for Mark McKenna. McKenna, the center fielder, batting just 103 with a 156 on base percentage, making his 8th start. Swings through a fastball from Haggerty for strike 1. It's Haggerty's first walk of the night. Santoro leads the 1-0. McKenna takes. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Zach Santoro, the leadoff man, reached on a walk. Here in the bottom of the third. Pilots trail 7-0. Haggerty from the stretch for the first time tonight. Fires in a fastball past the swinging bat of Mark McKenna. And the count is 1-2. Santoro being held on at first by Trey Bauer. Now Mark McKenna waits. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And there's 1 away.
Now coming up for your Newark Pilots from Mexico City, Mexico.
So 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And that will bring up the shortstop tonight, Jorge Leon. Leon flew out to left to start this game off in the bottom of the first. Santoro leads off of first. First pitch to Leon from the stretch. Swings at it, fouls it back. Strike 1. Leon waits. Haggerty fires from the stretch, misses low. Ball 1. Haggerty fires in a low 1-1 pitch that Tim Adams calls strike 2. Jorge Leon, the 5'9" shortstop from Mexico City, Mexico, and Hendrix College, Division III school in Conway, Arkansas. The left-handed hitter, Leon, waits. The 1-2 from Haggerty. Thought about it, lays off. And the count is all even at 2s. Santoro still over there at first. He led off this inning with a walk. Then McKenna struck out. The 5th strikeout against Haggerty tonight. The 2-2. Popped up. Spinoso turns around, thought about it. It's out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Santoro leads off first, being held on by the Flames' first baseman, Trey Bauer. The pitch. Haggerty misses low. And the count is full to Jorge Leon. So with 1 out, we'll see if Zach Santoro is running at first. Pilots down 7-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning. The payoff pitch from the stretch. Santoro not going. It misses outside. It's ball 4. The second walk of the inning for the Pilots. And they have a runner in scoring position for the 2nd time tonight.
Now coming up to the plate from Lucedale, Mississippi, number 29, Tanner Huddleston.
And that brings up one of the big bats from game 1 of this doubleheader, Tanner Huddleston. Huddleston 0 for 1 tonight, struck out against Haggerty back in the 1st. He went 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, and 3 RBIs in game 1. In the 18-9 Pilots win, they trail 7-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd of this 7-inning game. Haggerty fires a fastball past the swinging wooden bat of Huddleston for strike 1. Santoro leads off second, Leon off first. Both walked, neither being held on. Haggerty looks back from the stretch. Grounded to second. Webb Little to short. Shortstop over to first. Return throw not in time. So Webb Little gets the lead runner at second for the 2nd out. Tanner Huddleston reaches on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And that'll bring up Will Alaka. Alaka has the Pilots' only hit here in game 2. Alex Canty, shortstop, almost had enough to beat Tanner Huddleston at first. But Huddleston, his long 6'3" legs, just reached the bag in time. Now Will Alaka with the runners on the corners. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Huddleston goes. Throw down to second is not in time. Huddleston in with a stolen base. And there are 2 runners in scoring position. It's Huddleston's 3rd stolen base on the year for the Pilots. He stole 10 for Jones County Junior College this past season. Alaka waits, the 1-0, in the dirt, ball 2. So 2 runners in scoring position for Will Alaka. Alaka drove in 2 in game 1. He's the catcher in this game 2. Huddleston and Leon lead off 2nd and 3rd. 2-1 fastball, strike 1. Correction, that's not Leon. Leon was retired at 2nd on the fielder's choice. That's Santoro at 3rd and Huddleston at 2nd. Alaka steps out, asks for time. Alaka sporting the no batting glove look in the right-handed batter's box. Step back in, now steps out again. Kicks some dirt off his cleats with the help of his wood bat. And now waits the 2-1 from Chase Haggerty. Haggerty working from the stretch in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Pilots down 7-0, the 2-1 in the dirt. Good block by Camelo Spinoso to keep that ball in front of him and to keep Santoro at 3rd. It's a 3-1 count with first base open and 2 outs. Huddleston and Santoro lead off 2nd and 3rd. Haggerty from the stretch. The 3-1. Alaka swings through ball 4. The count was wrong on the scoreboard. That was the 3-2 count. So Alaka protecting on the 3-2.
The count was wrong in general.
It's strike 3.
That was a ball. Because I had the same thing. You messed up.
So Alaka down swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We are through 3. Pilots trail 7-0. Bernardo still on the mound after Alaka left the runners on 2nd and 3rd. To in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch inside to Alex Canty. Ball 1. It's Canty, Camilo Espinosa, and Laz Morales in this top of the 4th. The 1-0. Lined in between 1st and 2nd. It's a base hit. So a leadoff single for Alex Canty.
Now
He's
up,
1 for
number
2.
4, Camilo
And the
Espinosa.
Flames have their leadoff man on here in the inning. That will bring up the catcher, Camilo Espinosa. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored tonight. The designated hitter, Laz Morales, waits on deck. Espinosa waits. Canty leads off first. First pitch misses. Ball 1. The Canty single was the Flames' 3rd hit of the night. They have 7 runs. 1-0 misses. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Canty leads off of first. The 2-0. Popped up. Out of play. For the first strike, the count is 2-1. Two-one count to the catcher, Spinoza. The shortstop, Canty, leads off first. He's being held on by Battaglia. The 2-1. Popped up. Alaka gives it a look. Playable behind home plate, but not anymore. And the count is 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner leads off of first. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bernardo looks over. Now fires from the stretch. The 2-2 misses. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bernardo cleans off his spikes. Now set to fire. Towing the rubber from the first base side from the stretch. The payoff pitch, grounded foul. And the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Canty was not running last pitch. We'll see if he's going this one. He is not. Line to Santoro. Gloves it to Leon. On to first. In time. Double play. A great pick at second by Zach Santoro. And a great return throw by Jorge Leon for the 4-6-3 double play. So Bernardo helped out by his defense, and there's 2 away here in this top of the 4th. 7-inning game here in game 2 of this doubleheader. As we approach 10:30 on the East Coast. The batter is Laz Morales. Swings through, strike 1. Morales pinch hit for Gage Lanning in the top of the 2nd and drove in a run on a bases loaded walk. The 1-strike pitch taken. Count is 0-2. Bernardo wearing number 17 for the Pilots. The 2-strike pitch. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and because of the double play, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Pilots. They've got some work to do. They trail by 7 here at Colburn Park. It will be Poe Battaglia and Colton Carney for the Pilots here in the bottom of the 4th. They trail by 7. Chase Haggerty still on the mound for Newark. Poe, the designated hitter tonight. The first pitch from the windup in the dirt. Ball 1. So Poe, the 1-0 count in the dirt. Ball 2. Poe struck out swinging to end the bottom of the 1st inning. Haggerty's 2nd strikeout. He struck out 6 Pilots hitters tonight. From the windup, the 2-0. Popped up. Trey Bauer gives it a look. It's out of play. Correct, that's not Trey Bauer at first. That's number 3, Ricky Sisto. So he's the new first baseman here in the bottom of the 4th for the Flames. The 2-1, grounded foul. So Trey Bauer's day is done. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a hit by pitch and 2 RBIs. Poe waits. Haggerty steps off ahead of the 2-2. Grounded to shortstop. Canty charges, gathers, fires to Sisto. Throw is high. Poe beats it out for an infield single to start this inning.
Number 78 from Williamsville, New York, Peter Battaglia.
So it's a single by Poe. And the leadoff man is on for the second straight inning for the Pilots. And now the batter is Peter Battaglia. Poe leads off first. The first pitch to Battaglia, strike one. Battaglia waits from the stretch, hits him. So Battaglia will take first on the hit by pitch. And now there's runners on first and second with nobody out. As Espinosa will go out and talk to Haggerty.
Colton Kearney from Brecksville, Ohio.
That was the 6th time that Peter Battaglia has been hit by a pitch this summer. And now the batter is Colton Kearney. He looks down at third base coach Franklin Bush and steps back in. Haggerty working from the stretch. Sisto in at first. This one off the noggin of Colton Kearney, and the bases are loaded. So the first pitch to Colton Kearney hits him to load up the bases for Wei Chi Chen. Chen with a chance to put a dent into this lead. As the pitching coach starts out about halfway.
From New Taipei, Taiwan.
And now we'll head back.
To visit. Change.
Towards the dugout. The batter is Wei Chi Chen. Bases full of Pilots. Haggerty from the windup. The first pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. Wei Chi Chen is 0 for 1 tonight, struck out looking back in the second. Haggerty with the bases loaded. Will work from the windup. Bases full of Pilots. The 1-strike pitch misses low. Ball 1. So the count is 1-1 to the Pilots left fielder Chen. Haggerty from the windup. Steps off and now asks for Camilo Espinosa to come out and talk to him behind the plate. Afraid that Battaglia is stealing some signs at second. Want to make sure you have your signals right with the bases loaded and nobody out. So Espinosa is back behind the plate. Haggerty from the windup. The 1-1 is popped back out of play. Strike 2. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. The batter is Chen, the left fielder in this game too. Haggerty plays with the baseball, plays with the wet mound, now toes from the windup. The 1-2 to Chen, bases loaded in the dirt. Good backhanded scoop by Espinosa to prevent the ball from getting away. Haggerty from the windup, the 2-2. Chen just gets a piece of it. Stays alive. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Second baseman Zach Santoro waits on deck. Chen waits. Haggerty from the windup. The 2-2. Grounded. Bounced. Bennett had to wait. Only plays the first. It's going to be away. It's going to get away from the first baseman. It's an infield single by Chen. Then an RBI then an error that allows the second runner to score. Chen then bounced. A wild play going on. Chen's going to get all the way to third on back-to-back errors by the infield for the Flames. 3 runs come around to score. Chen is at third with nobody out. And now the pitching coach is going to go out and have a chat. So a slow ground ball to the third baseman. Chen beats the play out for an infield single and an RBI. Then the throw gets away from the first baseman, allowing the second run to score. And then the throw from the first baseman to the catcher gets away from the catcher, allowing the third run to score. Chen gets all the way to third. So 2 errors on one play, 3 runs home, and the Pilots have made this game a ball game.
Zach Santoro from Clarksville, Ohio. Here we go, Dick. Here we go, Dick.
So 2 throwing errors on one play. Chen unloads the bases on a slow chopper to third. Some poor fundamentals by the Flames infield. The score is 7-3. The batter is the second baseman, Santoro. And now the count is 2-0. The 2-0. Haggerty from the stretch. Inside, strike 1. The 2-1 from the stretch, fouled back, strike 2. So Poe's run is earned. He scores off the infield single. Peter Battaglia scores on the E5, and Colton Carney scores on the E3. Chen moves all the way up on both errors. Haggerty from the stretch, the 2-2, in the dirt. Backhanded by Spinoso to prevent the 4th Pilots run from scoring. And the count is full to Santoro. Santoro looking to work his 2nd consecutive walk in as many innings. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Pilots trail 7-3. A 7-run second inning got the Flames out front. And now Santoro will take strike 3 for the first out of this inning. So Zach Santoro down looking. And that'll bring up Mark McKenna.
For New York Pilots. Let's hear it from Mark McKenna, number 25 from Grand Island, New York.
McKenna struck out swinging in his only plate appearance. Looking to drive that run in from third. The first pitch to the lefty, McKenna. Outside. Ball 1. 1-0. The pitch popped foul at a play. Count is even at ones. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3 runs home for the Pilots with Chen leading off of third. The rain has settled down here in game 2 of this doubleheader. This is a 7-inning game, and we're in the bottom of the 4th. McKenna at the plate with the runner on third, the center fielder for the Pilots. Haggerty from the stretch, the 1-1. Fouled back at a play. Strike 2. McKenna batting just 100, 3 for 30, but has driven in 3 runs, so as many hits as he has RBIs. Haggerty from the stretch, the 1-2. Just gets a piece, fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Pilots center fielder. No one warming up in either pen. Tim Adams gives the ready for play. Haggerty from the stretch, the 1-2. Outside, McKenna lets it go. And the count is all evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 7-inning game. Chase Haggerty, the 2-2. McKenna gets a piece, fouls it at a play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pilots with 3 home in this inning. Loaded the bases on an infield single and 2 hit by pitches. Then a crazy play with Chen at the plate. The 2-2 to McKenna. It's in the dirt. And the count is full. Chen hit a very slow chopper to Bennett at third. He tried to rush the play with Chen sprinting down first. The throw was in the dirt. It got away from the new first baseman, Sisto. The ball bounced into right. Sisto then, so the ball bounced into right. That allowed Battaglia to score the second run. Sisto then fired home. That ball got away from the catcher, Spinoso. And that allowed Carney to score and Chen to move up to third. The 3-2. Grounded to the shortstop. Canty in the hole. Chen not running on the play. McKenna beats it out. McKenna will now go to second. Chen will score. McKenna's going to go to third. The throw from Sisto is in time. So Sisto makes the throw from the Pilots' pen to get McKenna. But a run scores. And it's 7-4. So Chen scores on the throwing error, the E6. McKenna reaches on an infield single, then gets thrown out trying to go to third. So there's 2 away for Leone. Ball 2. Two-0 count to Leone. Misses low. And it's ball 3 to the Pilot shortstop. The 3-0 taking all the way. Ball 4. So a 2-out base runner for the Pilots. And that'll bring up Tanner Huddleston, the 8th batter to bat in this bottom of the 4th for the Pilots. Flames have made 3 errors in this inning, which have led to 4 Pilots runs. The first pitch to Huddleston, inside, strike 1. Two outs. Leone leads off first. Huddleston at the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Leone going. It'll be a stolen base for Leone. No throw from Spinoso. And the Pilots have a man in scoring position. So that's Jorge Leone's first stolen base on the summer. So Huddleston has a man in scoring position with 2 outs. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Leone at second. Haggerty working through this inning. From the stretch, Huddleston, the 1-2, in the dirt. Ball 2. Huddleston, the 8th batter for the Pilots in this bottom of the 4th inning. They put 4 runs on the scoreboard, have a runner on second and 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Huddleston, the batter. The pitch misses. And Huddleston has worked the count back full. Alaka waits on deck if Huddleston can find a way to get on. Full count, 2 outs. Leone on second. Not going, the 3-2. Ring him up. Tanner Huddleston called out on strikes to end the inning. But the Pilots get 4 back. 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 hit-by pitches, and a pair of walks, and 3 Flames errors. It's 7-4. We're through 4. We'll be right back for the 5th.
Now coming up for the Onondaga Flames, number 3, Ricky Cisco.
Leading off for the Flames in the top of the 5th, it's their first baseman, Ricky Sisto. Took over for Trey Bauer in the bottom of the 4th inning in the field. Making his first at-bat. Takes high, ball 1. Sisto pinch hit in game 1 and struck out looking to end that game. The 1-0 from Bernardo, grounded to Huddleston. Back on it, off his glove.
Error.
So it'll be an E5. Now Sisto going to second. The throw to second gets him. So Huddleston makes up for his error with a strong throw to second to get the first out.
Now up for the
So it's an error by Huddleston and then a 5-4 put out Huddleston to Santoro for the first out of this inning. Bernardo in his 3rd inning of relief. No one warming up in the Pilots' pen. The batter is Webb a little. First pitch off the glove of Alaka goes to the backstop, ball 1. Little, the second baseman, has reached on an error and grounded into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but has scored a run. The 1-0 popped up. Leone back, Huddleston back. Chen in. Leone settles under it. A step onto the outfield grass for the second out of this inning.
2 outs coming up to the plate.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Sam Little, the twin brother of Webb Little, and the right fielder for the Flames. tonight. He's drove in a run with a walk, scored a run on a walk, and then flew out to Chen in left. So he's 0 for 1 tonight. The first pitch bounces, hits him off the foot. So Sam Little is on with 2 away. It's the third hit batter by Pilots pitchers pitching tonight, and that'll extend the inning for Kyle Gallagher. Bernardo from the stretch, the first pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Gallagher is 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI infield single back in the 7-run second. It's 7-4. It's the top of the 5th. Gallagher pops it up. Playable. Battaglia back, Colton Carney over. Out of the reach of both of them, and the count was 0-2. This is a 7-inning game 2. Game 1 of the doubleheader was a resumed game from Father's Day. The Pilots won 18-9 in that game. It was 5-2 after Sunday, and then 13-7 after today. Combine that for 18-9. And they trail 7-4 here in this 5th inning of this 7-inning game 2. Bernardo from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch popped back out of play. Count remains. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sam Little leads off first. Kyle Gallagher, the left fielder, is the hitter. Bernardo, the 2-strike pitch, popped up. Battaglia back, Santoro over. Colton Carney settles under it. Inning over. So a 2-out hit by pitch is wasted. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Pilots down 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 7-4 Flames.
Everybody get up on your feet for our 5th inning stretch.
So Chase Haggerty's day is done for the Flames. He goes 4 innings, gives up 4 runs, just 1 of those earned. Also 4 hits. The new pitcher is Ryan Marcatel, wearing number 33, a right-handed pitcher, 6'5", 195 from Monroe Community College. Marcatel pitched in game 2 of the doubleheader on Wednesday. Went 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, and struck out 1. The first pitch to Will Alaka is in for strike 1. Alaka digs back in. 1 strike pitch. Marketel from the windup. Lined into center field. It's a leadoff base hit for Alaka. The Pilots have their leadoff man on in the bottom of the 5th.
Number 9, Ho Chuan Pan from Taiwan, our designated hitter.
So Marketel, a leadoff single. Haggerty struck out 8 and walked 3 to round out his day. Now first pitch strike to Po Chuan Pan, and the count is 0-1. Alaka leads off first, led off this inning with a single. Po is the batter, the Taiwanese designated hitter. Misses. Camilo Espinosa, the catcher for the Flames, holding it there for extra time. Tim Adams not buying it. Count is 1-1. 1-1 misses high. Ball 2. Alaka leads off first. Po at the plate. The 2-1. Just off the plate. Ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike, no outs. Alaka leads off of first. The 3-1. Lined foul. And the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if Alaka is going at first. Nobody out. Pilots trail by 3 in the bottom of the 5th. The payoff pitch, Alaka stays, and Po stays alive. Fouls it back. Count remains. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Pilots down 3. Thought about it, and Tim Adams rings it up. So Po Chuan Pan struck out looking
for your Pilots, number
for the first out of this inning.
Peter Battaglia.
So Alaka will stay put at first. And now the batter is number 18, Peter Battaglia. Battaglia was hit by a pitch and scored a run his last time up in the 4th. That 4-run 4th. Alaka off first. First pitch to Battaglia in the dirt. Ball 1. One 0 count. Marketel working from the stretch. The 1-0 popped up, fouled back. Strike 1. So Marketel evens up the count at 1. Alaka leads off first. He reached on a leadoff single. Battaglia at the plate. Slow breaking ball. It's high. And it's ball 2. The Pilots' first baseman at the plate. Waits. Their catcher leads off second. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Colton Carney waits on deck. The 2-2. In the dirt. Gets away. Will Alaka will advance to second. Thinks about third, but will hold up. It's a wild pitch by Marketel. And the count is full to Battaglia. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Battaglia looking to reach base. Marketel from the stretch. The payoff pitch. Battaglia thought about it. Wisely lays off, and it's ball 4.
Coming up, number 21, Colton Kearney from Brecksville, Ohio.
So Battaglia walks. He's on base for the 2nd time tonight. And now the hitter is Colton Carney. Colton Carney is 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out looking in the second. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the fourth. He represents the tying run for the Pilots. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Tying run at the plate. Pilots down 3. Runners take their leads. It's Alaka and Battaglia. The 1-strike pitch to Carney. Lays off it. Ball gets away from the Spinoso off his glove. It's a pass ball. Both runners move up 90 feet. So now Colton Carney with a 1-1 count has 2 guys in scoring position with just 1 out. Carney representing the tying run. Would love to get some runs on the scoreboard with 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Corner infielders are in, middle infield back. The 1-1 is in the dirt. The count was 2-1. Spinoso blocks it.
Can you announce the Pilots would like to wish Shirley Ford happy birthday?
2 balls, 1 strike. Marketel from the stretch in the dirt. Spinoso blocks it again. And it's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to the Pilots right fielder, Colton Carney. With 2 ducks on the pond, runners at second and third. Just 1 out in this inning. Carney representing the tying run. Marketel from the stretch, the 3-1. Grounded up the middle. It'll be a run. Canty over. Fires high to first. Sisto stays on. It's an RBI ground out for Colton Carney. And it's a 7-5 ball game.
Now up, number 11, Wee Chi Chen from New Taipei, Taiwan.
Now the batter is Wee Chi Chen, the left fielder for the Pilots. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning of this 7-inning game 2. The first pitch from the stretch. This is low. Ball 1. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. 1 run already home, the 1-0. Swung on and missed by Chen. And it's strike 1. Chen wearing number 11 from the right-handed batter's box, playing left field tonight for Newark. The 1-1. Offers at it, a pitch in the dirt. And it's strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners just on third. The 1-2 in the dirt. Blocked by Camilo Spinoso. And the count is evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. That's Battaglia. He takes his lead. The 2-2 to Chen in the dirt. Now they're going to ask down to the base umpire to see if he offered at it. He did not, and the count is full. Zach Santoro waits on deck. He's the Pilots' second baseman tonight. Full count, 2 outs. Battaglia on third. The payoff pitch from the stretch. Swung on. Chen gets a piece of it. Stays alive. Count is still full. Pilots have a hit, a walk, and a run in this inning. Chen steps back in. The count is full. There's 2 outs. 7-5 ball game. Battaglia leads off third. The payoff pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. So the Pilots have runners on the corners with 2 away for Zach Santoro.
From Clarksville, Ohio. Number 8, Zach Santoro.
Santoro is 0 for 1 tonight, has walked and struck out looking. Doesn't have a hit in a regular season summer game, but in the exhibition game against the Capital City Reds, had a big bases clearing 3-run double. Would love for him to drive in at least one here. First pitch from Marketel. Misses to Santoro. Ball 1. He steps out, now looks down at third base coach Franklin Bush. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Marketel from the stretch. The 1-0-2 Santoro. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. It goes into center field. It's a stolen base for Chen. Then Battaglia comes around to score on the E2. And it's 7-6.
Get behind the Newark Pilots, louder.
So Chen is in scoring position after the stolen base. That's his second stolen base. The count is 2-0 to Santoro. Chen, the tying run is on second. Santoro with a chance to do some damage. Lined into center. This is going to be an extra base hit. Chen will score. Santoro around first. He will slide into second with a double. This game is tied here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Pilots have come all the way back since trailing 7-0 in this game. Santoro, who made the error back in that 7-run second, has tied this one up here in the 5th. So Chen comes around to score from second. It's an RBI double for Santoro. And the go-ahead run is at second for Mark McKenna. Santoro goes the other way on a 2-0 count to drive in the tying run. And now McKenna takes the first pitch for strike 1. McKenna is 1 for 2 tonight, has an infield single, and struck out swinging. So Pilots with 3 home in this inning to tie this one up at 7. They've come all the way back. McKenna swings through strike 1. Count is 0-2. Pilots center fielder, 1 for 2 tonight. In the left-handed batter's box with the open stance. The 2-strike pitch, grounded, slowly to first. Sisto gloves it, hustles to first to retire McKenna. But not before the Pilots add 3. 3 runs on 2 hits, with the big hit being the game-tying RBI double by Zach Santoro. We head to the 6th, all knotted up at 7. Jake Bernardo back on the mound. Now the pitcher of record after Vitale gets bailed out by his offense. First pitch off the glove of Alaka to the backstop to Stephen Bennett, ball 1. Bennett, no official plate appearances tonight, has walked twice, drove in a run with a bases loaded walk, and scored once. Bernardo in his 5th inning of relief. The 1-0 from the stretch. High, ball 2. Bernardo in relief of Chris Vitale, who in an inning and 2/3, just 1 hit, 7 runs, 6 earned, walked 4, hit a few, and struck out 3. The 2-0. Swung on and missed, strike 1. So Vitale no longer on the hook for the loss, as the Pilots have come all the way back to tie this one at 7. After 7 second-run innings, 7 second inning runs, 4 in the bottom of the 4th, 3 in the bottom of the 5th to tie this one up. The 2-1 is fouled back, and it's strike 2. Bernardo from the stretch, the 2-2. Breaking ball, Alaka tries to hold it there. No dice. And the count is full to the leadoff man in this inning, Stephen Bennett. Bennett, the 3rd baseman from Canisius. The payoff pitch from Bernardo misses high, and the leadoff man is on with a walk here in the 6th. Top of the 6th inning. 7-inning game. We're tied at 7. And the batter is the leadoff man, Anthony Scalzo. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Bernardo looks over. Scalzo squaring to bunt. Huddleston charges, pulls it back, and takes strike 1. Scalzo squaring to bunt, but pulled it back on the first pitch from Bernardo. So now down 0-1. We'll see what he does. Squaring to bunt. Bennett leads off first. Huddleston charges. The pitch gets it down. Alaka. Now Bernardo will field it. He'll fire to first. High. It's going to get into right. Colton Carney comes up with it. Fires to third. Huddleston picks it off. It's an E1 on the sac bunt attempt. And there's runners on the corners with no outs. And now Alaka will go out and talk to Bernardo. Eddie Fournier is warming up in the Pilots bullpen. Alex Canty is the hitter. He's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI and a walk and a run scored. Leone and Santoro will join the conversation. The throw by Bernardo on the sacrifice bunt attempt sailed over the head of Zach Santoro covering into right, which allowed Stephen Bennett to get all the way to third.
Now up for the Flames, number 21, Alex Canty.
It's 7-7 in the top of the 6th inning. Alaka gives his infield the signal in case Scalzo tries to steal. With runners on the corners and no one out. Go ahead run just 90 feet away. Here in the 6th inning of this 7-inning contest. Bernardo from the stretch, the first pitch. High, ball 1. Canty, the shortstop, digs back in. The freshman from Monroe Community College. The 1-0 from Bernardo. Runner goes. Pitch inside. No throw from Alaka. So a stolen base for Scalzo. And the Flames have 2 runners in scoring position with no one out. The Pilots will bring their corners in. Middle infield about even with the bag. Battaglia on the grass. Huddleston even with the bag now at third. The 2-0 now to Canty. It's a fastball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit, and it's going to be a run. McKenna charges, now bobbles. Canty will take second. Now he's going to head to third. He'll stop at second. 2 runs home. So 1 RBI and then an E8 allows Scalzo to score. And now Bennett Schultz will go out and talk to Bernardo. It's 9-7. Flames with their first 2 runs since the second inning. So Bennett scores a run and Scalzo scores a run. Just 1 RBI for Canty. The E8 allowed the second runner to get in. It's the second error of the inning for the Pilots. They're 4th overall. 9-4-4 on the scoreboard for the Flames.
Now
7-6-4 on the scoreboard for the Pilots.
Camilo Spinoso.
Now the hitter with the runner on second base and nobody out. It's Camilo Spinoso. The backstop against Jake Bernardo still on the mound. Fournier still warming up for the Pilots. The pitch from Bernardo outside. Ball 1. So Bernardo, who had not allowed a run through his first 3 1/3, has allowed 2 runs here. From the stretch, the 1-0 to Spinoso. Balaka holds it there. No dice. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Canty leads off second. Drove in the go-ahead runs here late in the 6th. In the dirt. Backhanded scoop by Alaka. And it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Top of the 6th of this 7-inning game 2. 11-17 on the East Coast. This game started at 9:15 after an hour and a half rain delay. The 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4. So a walk has put runners on first and second. And now Bennett Schultz is going to go out to the mound and pull Bernardo. Runners on first and second. 9-7, top of the 6th. Nobody out. The pitcher will be Fournier. We'll be right back. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Pinch hitting for the pinch hitter is Colin Bevard. Pinch hitting for Laz Morales in the designated hitter spot. So his day is done. He went 0 for 1 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. Bevard squares to bunt. First pitch from Eddie Fournier outside. It's ball 1. Fournier making his second relief appearance, first since returning from injury. Went 2/3 of an inning last night and struck out 1 in the 9-3 loss to Jamestown. Battaglia in at first. See if Bevard squares to bunt again. The 1-0. Gets it down. Huddleston charges. Fires across the diamond at first with Santoro covering. A sacrifice bunt. Score that one 5-4. And they've moved both runners up.
Now coming up for the Flames, number 3, Ricky Sisto.
So that will bring up Ricky Sisto. Sisto is 0 for 1 tonight. He reached on an error. His first time up. Infield is in for the Pilots. Fournier working from the stretch. Runners on second and third. It's a first pitch strike. 0-1. 1-1 count. The first baseman, Sisto, at the plate. Infield in. Breaking ball throws him. Count is 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Infield in. The 1-2. Out looking for the second out of this inning.
2 outs.
So Fournier comes out of the pen, has thrown strikes, and now the Pilots are getting out, or 1 out away from limiting the damage. The batter is Webb Little. Webb Little is 0 for 3 tonight. He's also scored a run. First pitch from Fournier is in the dirt. It's ball 1. Fournier, the 6'1", 210-pound right-hander from Cypress Community College in Norwalk, California. Same of Pilots' starting pitcher, Henry Martinez. Their college teammates, the 1-0. Grounded back to Fournier. Gloves it. Fires a strike to Battaglia at first. Inning over. But not before the Flames retake the lead. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 big error in the inning, and 2 runs on the scoreboard. It's 9-7. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Pilots need some runs as the Flames bring their closer in. We'll be right back. So Ryan Marketel goes 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those were earned. Walked 2 batters to tie this game up. And now with Tyler Rourke on the mound, they're going to add some quick dry to the mound. So as they do that, we'll take another quick break. So the designated hitter in game 1 for the Flames will act as the closer in game 2. The new pitcher is number 28, Tyler Rourke, 6'2", 175-pound right-hander from Jacksonville, Florida, and Alabama A&M. Is on here in the bottom of the 6th of a 9-7 game. 6th inning of a 7-inning game. Pilots down 2. Rourke ranks 4th in the league with 2 saves. Had a 3-inning save against the Pilots earlier in the year. So Ryan Marketel goes an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Rourke will face the top of the Pilots lineup. It's Leone, it's Huddleston, and Alaka. The first pitch squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1. Leone, 0 for 1 tonight, has walked twice and stole second base once. Now takes strike 1. The count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pilots down 2. Just 6 outs left to tie this one up. Rourke fires in, strike 2. So Leone down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 in the dirt. Count is all evened up at 2. Rourke making his 5th appearance, 7 2/3 inning pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 5 walks, 10 Ks. Leone bloops to the right. Right fielder Sam Little back, settles under it, makes the play for the first out of this 6th inning.
Now coming to the plate, number 29 from Lucedale, Mississippi.
So that will bring up number 29,
Huddleston.
Tanner Huddleston. He's 0 for 3 tonight, has stolen a base, and has struck out twice. He's also made 1 of the 4 Pilots' errors at third base. He's made 1, Santoro's made 1, Bernardo's made 1, and McKenna's made 1. First pitch from Rourke misses, ball 1. Huddleston takes ball 2. Deep to left. Left fielder back. Still back. Settles under it in front of the left field wall for a loud out, number 2.
Now coming to the plate.
And now that will bring up, with 2 outs, Will Alaka. Alaka is 2 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored tonight. Rourke from the windup. Alaka looks at a pitch that goes all the way to the backstop for ball 1. 1-0 count. The catcher Alaka against the Rourke from the windup. Fires in a breaking ball for strike one. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. The pitch almost hits Alaka. Had to duck to get out of the way. Two balls, one strike. Rourke from the windup. Swung on, fouled back. And the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, two strike, 2 outs. Tyler Rourke, the 2-2. Alaka thought about it, lays off, and the count is full. Po Chuan Pan, the designated hitter, waits on deck. Alaka asks for time, granted by Tim Matterns behind the plate. The count is full. There's 2 outs. 2 fly outs for the first 2 outs off Tyler Rourke from the windup. The payoff pitch. Thought about it, lays off. Misses high, ball 4.
Now coming up, number
So with
9,
2 outs,
Po Chuan Pan.
Alaka reaches base for the 3rd time tonight. And now the batter is Po. The DH is 1 for 3 tonight. An infield single and a run sandwiched around 2 strikeouts. Alaka leads off first, being held on by Sisto. The first pitch from Po. Taken. Strike 1. Looks down at Franklin Bush, the third base coach. Gets the sign, steps back in. The 1-strike pitch. Rourke from the stretch outside. Ball 1. One count. 2 outs. Po at the plate. Alaka goes. Pitches outside off the glove. Alaka into second base with a stolen base. His 2nd of the night. And they have a runner in scoring position for Po with 2 outs. Rourke from the stretch. Gets his pitch from Spinoso. Now fires low. Ball 3. Peter Battaglia, the first baseman, waits on deck. Po representing the tying run at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rourke on the mound from the stretch. Po taking outside, ball 4. So back-to-back 2-out walks. Puts runners on first and second for Battaglia with 2 outs.
Peter Battaglia. Let's get behind him. We got to hear the crowds. Come on, let's go.
A big at-bat here for the Pilots with their big RBI man, Battaglia, at the plate. Their first baseman waits. The first pitch from Rourke. Battaglia swing happy, swings through it. Strike 1. One strike count. Tyler Rourke working from the stretch. Runners on first and second. Both reached on 2-out walks. Battaglia, the 1-strike pitch, misses high. Ball 1. If Battaglia can extend this inning, the right fielder Colton Carney would be next. Po and Alaka take their leads. It's a 1-1 count. Rourke from the stretch. The pitch outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. First baseman Battaglia at the plate. Rourke on the mound from the stretch, the 2-1. Squares it up, fouls it back. The count is all evened up at 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. Pilots need 2 to tie this one up. Bottom of the 6th. Down to their final 4 outs. Asked for time, not granted by Tim Adams. The 2-2. Checked his swing, but fouled. A pitch that would have been ball 3 over to the Pilots' dugout. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rourke from the stretch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Battaglia at the plate. Rourke gets his pitch. Looks back at Alaka at second. The 2-2. High. Popped up. At a play. Battaglia lives to see another pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Battaglia at the plate. Rourke from the stretch. The 2-2. Strike 3. Battaglia down, looking to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The 2-out walks wasted. We head to the final frame, the top of the 7th. Flames lead 9-7. Top of the 7th inning. Eddie Fournier still on the mound for the Pilots, their 3rd reliever of the night. Got all 3 outs in relief of Jake Bernardo in the 6th. First pitch to Sam Little, misses outside, ball 1. Final inning of the 2nd game of the doubleheader. Sam Little swings through a changeup from Fournier. Count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 7th inning. The 1-1. Taken. 4 strike 2. Fournier working from the stretch. The 1-2. Low. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jake Bernardo goes 3 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Both teams have made 4 errors. The Flames lead in the run category 9-7. The Pilots lead in the hits category 6-4. The 2-2 misses inside, and the count is full. At 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out to the leadoff man, Sam Little. The pitch, lined. Leone makes the play at short for the first out of the inning.
One out, coming up to plate number
The
27.
5'9" Jorge Leone had to
Gallagher.
jump for that one to make the play for the first out. And now the hitter is the left fielder, Kyle Gallagher. He's 1 for 3 in this one. 9-7, top of the final inning. Misses, ball 1. Fournier looks in. Working from the stretch. The 1-0. Grounded to Leone at short. Goes to the backhand. Fires across his body to make the play. Great play in the hole by Jorge Leone for the second out. And that'll bring up Stephen Bennett.
Plate number 11, Stephen Bennett.
Bennett, the third baseman, has walked in all 3 plate appearances tonight. He scored 2 runs and driven in 1. 9 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for Onondaga. 7 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors for the Pilots. They'll have last licks in the bottom of the 7th. Fournier fires in a fastball past the swinging wood bat of Bennett for strike 1. Fournier from the stretch, the 1-strike pitch, misses, ball 1. Fournier working from the stretch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lined into left. Chen races in, dives, and makes the play to end the inning. So the Flames go 1, 2, 3 on 3 great defensive plays in the bottom of the 7th. The Pilots will have last slicks in this half inning. It'll be Carney, it'll be Chen, and it'll be Zach Santoro. The Pilots need 2 to keep this game alive and 3 runs to win it. 9-7 Onondaga. We head to the final half inning here at Colburn Park. So it'll be Carney, Chen, and Santoro against the new pitcher, Matt Bowman. Tyler Rourke goes an inning, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Matt Bowman saved the game 1 against the Pilots on Wednesday. First pitch inside to Colton Carney. He went an inning in that game, 1 hit, and struck out 1 to pick up his first save. Looking for his second with the Flames leading 9-7. The 1-0 to Carney. Inside. Ball 2. Matt Bowman working from the stretch. 6'4", 220 from SUNY Broome Community College. Carney swings through the 2-0. 4 strike 1. Bowman in his 7th appearance. The 2-1 hits Carney. So the Pilots have the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now coming to the plate for your Newark
And
Pilots,
Wei
number 11,
Chi
number
Chen represents the tying run.
Wei Chi Chen.
So Spinoso goes out to
Second
talk
man's in this game. Let's go.
to Bowman. Bowman in his 7th appearance, 13 innings pitched, 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 3-0 with a save. He has a 1.39 ERA. Tying run at the plate. Colton Carney leads off first. Reached on a hit by pitch. Chen takes a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Chen is 1 for 2 tonight. 2 runs scored, has an RBI, and has struck out looking. Carney leads off first. Matthew Bowman working from the stretch. The 1-strike pitch popped up. Center fielder Scalzo in, settles under it for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
But up comes to the
Pilots
plate,
down to their
number
final
8,
2 outs.
Clarksville, Ohio, Zach Santoro.
So now Santoro at the plate. Looks down at third base coach Franklin Bush. Santoro tied the game up at 7 with an RBI double his last time up. Swings through, strike 1. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Has also struck out. "13 minutes shy of midnight here in Newark, New York. The 1-strike pitch, runner goes. Carney is safe at second. The throw goes into center field. Carney will stay put at second. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and that takes away the threat of a double play off the bat of Santoro. The count is 0-2 to him now. So a called strike on the Carney stolen base. No balls, 2 strikes. And now Spinoso will go out and talk to Bowman. Colton Carney represents the 8th run. He's on second. Santoro represents the tying run. He's at the plate. And it appears the Pilots are going to send up a pinch hitter for Mark McKenna, who's on deck. The 2-strike pitch to Santoro. Swung on, fouled back at a play. Count was 0-2. Santoro waits. Matt Bowman from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The Pilots are down to their final out tonight. And the pinch hitter is going to be John Ballier.
For your Newark Pilots, number 13, John Ballier.
So McKenna's night is over. He went 1 for 3 with an infield single. Made a big error in center. Ballier went 2 for 4, drove in 3, and scored 4 runs in game 1. He represents the tying run, and he's the Pilots' last hope. If he can extend the game, Jorge Leon waits on deck. 1 ball pitch now coming to Ballier, the left-handed hitter. Outside, ball 2. Jorge Leon waits on deck. 2-ball count to Ballier. Pilots leading hitter at 16. Takes outside, ball 3. So 3 straight balls to the pinch hitter Ballier with first base open and Carney leading off second. Pilots are down to their final out. Matt Bowman, the 3-0. Fires in a fastball for strike 1. Ballier hit a game-tying 2-run home run in Game 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning, all the way back on Sunday to tie that one up on 2. They won that game 18-9 here this evening. The 3-1 in the dirt, ball 4. So the tying run is on first
Now coming to the plate from Mexico
for
City,
Jorge
Mexico,
Leon.
Number 6, Jorge Leon.
Jorge Leon, 0 for 2 tonight with 2 walks. Playing short for the Pilots. Digs in the left-handed batter's box. Tying run on first for the Pilots. They got runners on first and second. Jorge Leon just looking to keep this game alive. Huddleston waits on deck. First pitch fired in for strike 1. Bowman from the stretch. Runners on first and second. The 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And now the Pilots are down to their final strike. Down 9-7. Tying run at first. Leon, the Pilots' last hope, down to his final strike of the night. Bowman from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch. Gets a piece and fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. Leon stays alive. Leon from the pitch from Bowman. Looped into left. It's going to be caught by Kyle Gallagher. And this game is over. So after winning Game 1, 18-9, the comeback effort comes up short for the Pilots in Game 2. Once upon a time, they trailed this game 7-0 back in the second inning. 4 runs in the 4th, then 3 runs in the 5th, tied it up. The Flames then got 2 runs in the top of the 6th to go up 9-7, a score they would eventually win by. So the Pilots drop Game 2 and go to 4-13. Flames win their 10th. They're 10-6. For the Newark Pilots Radio Network, I'm Frank LaSala. We'll be here back tomorrow night against Elmira. Have a good night.